Welcome to Damn Good Movie Memories with your host, Brian Davis. This podcast is the cure for your long commute and super boring workday. Hey there, it's Brian Davis, and for this week's episode, we're going to cover the movie Sherlock Holmes and the Voice of Terror from 1942. The studio was Universal Pictures. Release date was September 18th, 1942. The running time, 65 minutes, and it was in black and white. Leonard Maltin from his classic movie guide gives it 2.5 out of 4 stars. He writes first entry in the Universal Basil Rathbone Nigel Bruce series, and is probably the least impressive, but still enjoyable once you accept the premise of Victorian Era Holmes with a particularly risible haircut, battling Nazi saboteurs in World War II England. Excellent supporting cast by Thomas Gomez in his film debut, and Evelyn Ankers. So actually, this is the third Sherlock Holmes film with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, but as Maltin mentioned, the first produced by Universal. You can check out the previous two on this podcast, which is The Hound of Baskervilles and The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in episodes 182 and 438. And as I've mentioned in the past, I do have a DVD set which includes all 14 classic Holmes films with Rathbone and Bruce. Alright, let's get into the making of the film. So this particular entry is partially based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's short story His Last Beau from 1917. That story took place during World War I, and to modernize the story for the film version, the war was changed to World War II. In the beginning of this film, there's a quick note, which I will read in a bit, which sort of explains why the Holmes character is now part of, modern times for the time. The previous two films took place during the era when the character was created. The first two Holmes films were produced by 20th Century Fox, and they wanted to continue making the series of films, but had contractual issues with the Doyle estate. The estate wanted the films to remain true to the original stories instead of creating new mysteries, and this is why Universal ended up obtaining a new contract with the Doyle estate and producing the future Holmes films. So Universal paid the estate $300,000 for the rights, which in 2026 money is $5.8 million. However, Universal made the film on a lower budget than Fox, which seemed to be the norm of the era, as detective films were kind of seen as B films for the most part. Alright, let's get into the film. So, as I mentioned, the film opens with the following message. Sherlock Holmes, the immortal character of fiction created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, is ageless, invincible, and unchanging. In solving significant problems of the present day, he remains, as ever, the supreme master of deductive reasoning. We are then taken to Germany in modern times circa 1942, where we hear Nazi propaganda from the quote-unquote voice of terror.
Germany broadcasting, people of Britain, greetings from the Third Reich. This is the voice you have learned to fear. This is the voice of terror. Again we bring you disaster, crushing, humiliating disaster. It is folly to stand against the mighty wrath of the Führer. Do you need more testimony of his invincible might to bring you to your knees? Very well. Are you ready, Operative Number 7? This is the voice of terror. A secret airplane factory somewhere in England. Listen, the screams of the dying can still be heard. This is the voice of terror. Are you there, people of Britain, shivering in your cellars? Listen, Operative 41. The fuse is lighted. Oil to fuel your navy, to feed your tanks. There it goes up in smoke by the millions of gallons. This is the voice of terror. Do you still believe that there are secrets unknown to the Führer? Listen. Tonight at 7:10, an important diplomat boarded a train at a little station outside Liverpool. Each split second is accounted for. The rails divide. The train hurtles through the air. The diplomat will make no report in London. This is the voice of terror. Englishmen, do you still await your doom in your stupid, stuffy little clubs? It will come, I promise you. Operative 23, the time is now. We strike you on the high seas, as well as on the land. This is the voice of terror. Englishmen, the Führer strikes you now as he pleases. Water pours through your greatest dam, smashing everything before it, even as our invincible armies roll toward their objectives.
To combat the voice of terror, the British government decides that they need their best sleuth to help the war effort. Sherlock Holmes. The British intelligence office, known as the Inner Council, isn't keen on that idea at all.
I've been working along other lines. I've asked Mr. Sherlock Holmes to come here.
What? Sherlock Holmes? This isn't a case for a private detective, it's a matter of state.
In this emergency, we should take advantage of everyone's peculiar gifts. Mr. Holmes is the most subtle and extraordinary private investigator of our time.
Are you intimating that the Army and Navy intelligence plus Scotland Yard are not equal to the occasion, Sir Evan?
I'm sure they're equal to any occasion. They've done a marvelous job of lining up fifth columnists, saboteurs, and keeping us informed of the enemy's movements. But the voice of terror seems to have them stumped. Sherlock Holmes may have a new approach that will solve the problem.
What's happened inside these walls has always been secret. We don't want any outsiders here. I'm positively and irrevocably opposed to calling in Sherlock Holmes.
Perhaps you'll change your mind.
I see nothing whatever to make me do so.
Prentice is right. For ordinary criminal investigation, Holmes is excellent, but not for this. He's unorthodox and theatrical. I can tell you all about him.
Gentlemen, perhaps I can throw some light on the subject myself.
Holmes, how are you? So good of you to come.
Good afternoon, Sir Evan. Your card opened all doors.
Oh, Blouser! Oh, you put on a little weight since you left school.
You don't look any younger yourself, Dimples. How are you?
Fine. Come in, won't you? You know these gentlemen?
I think so. How do you do?
I haven't had that pleasure.
May I introduce my friend and associate, Dr. Watson?
How do you do?
I'm afraid I've arrived at an embarrassing moment.
Not at all.
This gentleman here,
Admiral Sir John Prentice.
Admiral Prentice, objects most strongly to my being called in.
How could you possibly infer that?
From the carpet.
Carpet?
A man who rises from his chair and digs his heels sternly into the carpet is violently opposed to something, and the Admiral, being quite distressed by the criticisms of the press, would be most apt to resent my intrusion.
Well,
You've just arrived from Sevenoaks.
yes, of course. How on earth did you know that?
Oh, pardon my mentioning it, but adhering to your left boot heel is a variety of clay known only in Sevenoaks.
An amazing piece of deduction.
Elementary, my dear Baron.
Here's a broadcast of the voice of terror. Greetings from the Third Reich. Are you listening, stout fellows across the channel? Are you listening, you little body of incompetent men known as the Inner Council? Today, a new thrill, a new proof of the invincibility of the Fuhrer. Right now, a crack express train laden with British troops and nurses is speeding across England. In just one moment, it will leave the rails forever, crashing twisted metal, the cries of the dying.
They can't.
Now,
They wouldn't dare. It's impossible. They couldn't have got on
the
to
men
it.
are laughing, joking. That one in the third car reads a letter from home. It is the last letter he will ever receive. The train is rounding a curve. Its whistle is screaming. Farewell, it is saying. Farewell. You have just heard an exact reproduction of the way it sounds, the way it must actually be. The hearts of the German people bleed that innocent men and women have to be killed because your stupid war men...
Shaw speaking. Have you any news of the Liverpool Express?
Time and time again offered in peace. But if your blundering war cabinet cannot see that England is already lost, then it is our sacred German duty to prove it to them over and over and over until they are on their knees, begging, pleading, groveling for the exquisite mercy of our Führer. Each night, the voice of terror will announce...
Shut it off. Stop it.
Of England. Even as you listen, and you...
I'm sorry.
Do what you can, Holmes. This frightful thing has got to be stopped.
His son was on that train.
How did they find out about the truce? It was an absolute secret.
Gentlemen, something must be done about this thing at once.
Yes. First of all, then, the voice must not be blocked off the air.
But he's a menace. All over the Empire, this horrible news is broadcast, blown up out of all proportions. The world is beginning to believe it. Even our allies are counting England out. People are frightened, panicky.
The British people are not so easily panicked.
It's dangerous, I tell you, to let this thing go on.
Dangerous, yes, Captain Shaw. But we must continue to listen.
What for? So that we can keep on guessing who it is?
His identity is not important. The important thing is the purpose behind this campaign of terror.
Purpose, indeed. Isn't it enough that our most secret plans are known? Our ships are being destroyed, our trains wrecked?
I'm convinced that these disasters are only a prelude. A smokescreen to cover up a more diabolic plan. And I intend to find out what that plan is.
This council and Scotland Yard will give you all the aid you require.
Thank you. Gentlemen, my connection with this case must remain absolutely secret. You understand that, of course?
Why, certainly.
You will let the council know at all times just what you're doing.
I shall give you such information as I think wise to disclose in the interests of safety, both the public's and your own.
The Inner Council has never shared its secrets with anyone. I demand that you keep us informed of your activities and progress.
Come along, Watson.
Mr. Holmes, I want to apologize for your rather lukewarm reception here.
Oh, thank you, Sir Evan. I'm used to the chilly atmosphere of high places.
And of course, you recognize the importance of time.
Quite. And results.
Mr. Lloyd, I'm quite sure that Mr. Holmes can be trusted not to fail. He never has, you know.
Thank you, Watson. The word is seldom. Goodbye, Sir Evan.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, Barham.
Goodbye, Watson.
Oh, shall we walk for a bit or take a taxi?
I'm afraid we have no choice.
Huh?
No, Watson. I have a feeling that when we go out of that door, a girl will be waiting.
A girl? What do you mean?
A young lady whom neither of us has ever seen before will come forward to greet us.
Holmes, now you're pulling my leg here.
Mr. Holmes, I'm Jill Grandis.
How do you do? This is my friend, Dr. Watson.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I've been assigned to drive you around.
Thank you.
Good gracious me.
Where do you wish to go?
Baker Street.
I know, 221B.
Come on, Watson. Hurry up, old fellow.
Holmes, the girl waiting. What an extraordinary thing.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
No, it's an amazing deduction. How on earth did you arrive at it?
Barham told me.
Huh?
Ha! Holmes, while brilliant in his ability to see things that others do not, also has a sly sense of humor which Watson always seems to fall prey to. Holmes decides to chart the sound waves based on the live radio voice and pre-recorded voice using an oscilloscope. While charting, one of Holmes's informants named Gavin suddenly appears and falls through Holmes's door with a knife in his back. Before Gavin dies, he says the name Christopher. Holmes views this as a warning of danger and investigates immediately. While in town, Holmes notices that their driver, Jill Grandis, played by Hilary Brooke, is also around, likely ordered to tail their every movement. Holmes and Watson receive a warning from a man who says they shouldn't be in the Limehouse district, since their kind isn't welcome. Holmes ignores the man, and suddenly a knife is thrown in their direction, but misses Holmes and Watson. Holmes deduces the knife is a German knife similar to what killed the man in Holmes's office. Holmes and Watson enter a shady saloon and run into a man that Holmes sent to prison. This leads to a funny exchange between him and the men.
Well, just sit here if you don't mind. I think you'll recognize me, Mr. Holmes, if you look hard enough.
Camberwell.
You've got a long memory. Like me.
Tarleton murder, 1932. Of course, I sent you up.
Mr. Holmes, don't you think we better be...
Stow your gab. For 10 long years I've been sitting down there in Dartmoor. For the old 10 years, one thing's been preying on my mind.
Only one?
Just one. Someday I'll be getting out of here, I kept saying to myself. And when I do, someday I'm going to come face to face with Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Now you are.
And now I am. Just who was it told you it was me who slit the throat of that swine Tarleton? I want an answer.
You told me.
Me?
On the windowsill you left 4 infinitesimal pieces of ash from a particularly revolting kind of tobacco that you were known to use. The knife blade was sharpened by a left-handed man. You signed your name to the crime.
So that's what?
Exactly. Very careless.
Careless. It's criminal, I calls it. I ought to be shot.
Perhaps someday you will be. You can put your revolver away now, Watson.
Well, Holmes, you never know.
Ha! After that exchange, Gavin's wife named Kitty, that's Evelyn Ankers, who was in The Wolfman, enters the saloon.
Where's Gavin?
Sit down, Kitty.
Where is he? You've got him into trouble. What have you done to him?
Take it easy, Kitty. Gavin's dead.
Dead? Oh, it ain't possible. Well, I was with him only 2 hours ago. You're trying to frighten me.
No, I'm not, Kitty.
You killed him. I warned him to stay away from you. I knew you'd do him in.
I had nothing to do with it, Kitty.
Well, who did then? Who did?
He was knifed on my doorstep. I'm sorry. I'm deeply in his debt. Before he died, he said one word. Christopher. You know what it means? I've got to know.
What's that to me?
You want to avenge Gavin's death, don't you?
I don't want nothing to do with it. Nor with you. I never had any dealings with the police, and I won't start now.
I'm not asking this for myself. Our country, England, is at stake. Gavin was killed not by his own enemies, nor even mine, but by the enemies of England.
So that's it.
Yes, Kitty. The Nazis killed him. Help me to find out what Christopher means, and I promise the man who murdered Gavin shall pay for it. Think, Kitty. The cutthroats of the world menace us all. You can help stop this savagery. Yes, you, Kitty. It would take the police weeks, months perhaps, to find out a certain piece of information we must have. That's not so with you and your friends. You know every nook and corner of London. Get them to help us. We need their help. Your friends will become an army. You understand? Secret, invisible, and mighty. And you will be at their head, Kitty. You will be their leader.
Grimes, do you know what Christopher means? Dugan, do you know? Dugan, listen to me.
I ain't got no time to listen to you, girlie.
But you gotta listen. Someone killed Gavin. I don't know who, but you gotta help me find out. All right, don't help me then. Cut your own throats, that's what you're doing. Help me or help the Nazis. Sure, the Nazis killed Gavin. They might be your friends protecting them the way you are. Don't you know that all the crimes they commit are being blamed on you? Well, they are, and I hope you're hanged for them. You can have it. As for me, I'm British, and I'm proud of it.
Nobody's gonna call me a Nazi and get away with it.
Well, help me then. Tell me what Christopher means.
Never heard of it.
Well, don't anybody know? It's gotta mean something. Speak up if you know what it is. Let's have it.
Don't mean a thing to me.
You're gonna creep in the corners all your life? You're gonna sneak away at the very sight of a man like this and show him what coward you are? What are you afraid of? I'm not asking this for myself. England's at stake. You're England as much as anyone else's. Got no time to think about whose side we're on. There's only one side, England. No matter how high or how low we are. You, and you. We're all on the same team. We've all got the same goal. Victory!
Now, what do you want to know?
Spread out all over London. But find out what Christopher means.
We'll find out. No fear about that.
Thank you, Kitty.
Well done, my dear.
The next day, Holmes and Watson meet the inner circle and discover that Sir Evan Barham, played by Reginald Denny, which is the man who suggested Holmes to begin with, has a wound on his hand after being shot at. There's also another message from the Voice of Terror.
People of Britain, greetings. Is it shock you need? Very well. We Nazis can produce them, till Britain's proud head is in the dust where it belongs. People of London, look out of your windows. You will see your promised disaster written across the skies.
Lawford, turn out the lights, please.
Look to the East India docks. Are you alert, number 20? Look, Britain, look, and wonder, and despair. We Nazis keep our promises.
There's a terrible fire in the East End.
Concentration of men and supplies. American bombers, tanks, gone. Destroyed utterly. The flames are mounting, higher and higher and higher. Now the glare must be visible even to the short-sighted leaders of your bewildered government. Mark well the towering fires. They consume your new planes from America, your meager store of tanks, your puny munitions, and your food. Planes that were your only defense against our all-powerful Luftwaffe. Tanks and munitions that you prayed would hold against the magnificent 50-ton German land monsters, which will soon be crashing through your very houses. Food. Desperately needed morsels you...
Gentlemen, this is really a terrible setback.
How do they find out our secrets?
It's horrible, the way it's timed, the precision of it.
It's not so precise. Almost precise.
What do you mean? I should call it exact.
No. The fires actually broke out sometime before the voice called to his operative in London.
Sure, that's true.
And last time, the train disaster. Captain Shaw was on the telephone immediately, and Scotland Yard knew all about it. The derailment must have occurred at least 10 minutes earlier.
That's certainly possible.
Even so, what of it? No mystery, nothing supernatural, just split-second planning, that's all. Days, perhaps weeks in advance.
Very well figured out, Holmes. It gets us a step forward.
Now, gentlemen, let's take a step even further. I have charted here the tonal differences between actual and transcribed broadcasts. Using this test, I'm convinced that the voice of terror is undoubtedly recorded and played from a record.
What does that prove?
It proves that the voice of terror, the man himself, is not in Germany. He's here, in England.
Oh, that's impossible.
What are you telling us, Holmes?
It can't be. Our technicians insist the broadcast originated in Zeisberg.
And so they do, from recordings flown to Zeisberg.
It's impossible, Holmes.
You can't expect anyone to believe that.
It can't be done.
Thanks to the Royal Air Force, I have some rather curious information. At irregular intervals, 6 Nazi bombing planes come over and drop their deadly cargoes on non-military objectives. A meadow or a sheepfold.
That's nonsense. The Nazis aren't fools. They don't waste ammunition.
Of course not.
Then what's the purpose?
To divert attention from the fact that a single plane breaks formation each time and disappears.
But why?
Gentlemen, that lone plane picks up plans, maps, secret military information, and the voice of terror's timed and recorded speech and flies them to Germany.
I can hardly believe it.
Sensational, if true.
It's incredible.
Fantastic.
Mr. Holmes,
Yes?
there's a person outside asking...
A lady? Ask her to come in. Excuse me, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I must leave at once.
Where are you going?
That must remain a secret, even from this council.
I object to this, Mr. Holmes. You're here against my wishes. Since you are here, I demand to know what's being done.
As I've already told you, Mr. Lloyd, I shall report to this council at the proper time. And so, gentlemen, until we meet again, as I hope we will, take no unnecessary risks. We're all in grave danger. Come along, Watson.
Coming.
Holmes and Watson get a tip from Kitty to investigate the Christopher docks. They end up being followed by a council member named Lloyd, played by Henry Daniell. Holmes decides to let Lloyd investigate with them, but it seems like they fell into a trap where a Nazi spy named Meade, played by Thomas Gomez, pulls a gun on them.
Good evening, gentlemen. I knew your curiosity would be your undoing, Mr. Holmes.
You were expecting me then?
Yes. I had hoped that the entire council might have come. It would have been a pleasure to deal with all of them, quietly and effectively. Eventually, they all will be taken care of. However, Mr. Lloyd is quite a catch and will have to suffice for the moment.
What do you intend to do with us?
Were it not that time is so pressing, we might first put you on trial.
On trial for what?
Crimes against the Third Reich. Misguided efforts to wreck our inevitable victory. Mr. Lloyd, your super-British patriotism, your blundering but sometimes effective intelligence efforts are well known. We have quite a score against you, which will be settled. Dr. Watson. A fair physician, no doubt, but of no consequence.
To our stupid British minds, every life is of consequence.
A quaint notion of an even quainter nation. We are not like that. We know that only the powerful are worthy of respect. Let our record speak for us.
Your record speaks. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
A brilliant record of rapacity, cruelty, torture, deceit, and murder.
Murder? Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Cold?
It is a little chilly in here.
I'm sorry you're uncomfortable.
My discomfort is of no consequence.
Your false courage is not impressive, Mr. Holmes. Of course you realize that you and your friends are going to die?
As all men must, sooner or later.
Not later. Now.
Holmes's fake sneeze causes a diversion to allow the local gang to take over the Nazi agents. However, before Meade could be properly apprehended, he pulled a lever on the secret floor passage and escaped. Okay, there's about 30 minutes left and plenty to untangle. Now, can we assume there is likely a mole that has infiltrated the inner council? And if so, who is it and why? If not, who else could gain from helping the Nazis? And who is the voice of terror? Well, it's all answered in the thrilling final half hour of the film. These 14 Sherlock Holmes films with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce are really great fun and play out kind of like an hour-long TV episode. So if you're into detective stories, these films are terrific to watch, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, some fun facts. The so-called voice of terror is based on the type of genuine Nazi radio propaganda that was broadcasted by the American-born fascist William Joyce, a.k.a. Lord Haha. He was hanged for high treason against the United Kingdom after the war in 1946. He was the last person executed for treason in the UK and the second to last person hanged for crime other than murder. The film was originally going to be called Sherlock Holmes Saves London, but the title was changed before the release. So there's a really funny moment early on in the film where Holmes grabs his famous deerstalker cap, but then Watson stops him and says, No, Holmes, you promised. And Holmes says, oh, put it back, and grabs a wider brimmed hat. This is because the film, of course, was supposed to be told in modern times, but the film still has a fun joke around it. So in addition to those 14 films I discussed, Rathbone and Bruce also had a radio show featuring their famous roles from 1939 through 1946. So let's play one of those episodes now from November 6, 1939, called The Bruce Partington Plans. And then I'll be back next week to talk about yet another random movie from my DVD collection.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, starring Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. The makers of Grove's bromoquinine tablets bring you another adventure of Sherlock Holmes, with Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson. A cold is a miserable thing. A cold may become a dangerous thing. Even a so-called light cold can take a serious turn. Be prompt, be decisive in your treatment of a cold. At the very first sign of a cold, take Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Bromoquinine tablets quickly check the symptoms of a cold, quickly relieve the distress of a cold. They give you speedy results, which are very important. Don't monkey around when you can get such a dependable preparation as Grove's bromoquinine tablets. And now, here we are again on our usual visit to Dr. Watson. He's waiting for us in his study, a cheerful blaze crackling on the hearth.
I'm very relieved to see you, Mr. Manning. Hasn't the weather been atrocious today? I was beginning to wonder if you'd be able to get here tonight through all this fog.
Yes, it certainly is what you Londoners call a regular pea souper.
Yes, indeed. It reminds me of the adventure of the missing submarine plans. A case that was solved in the underground.
Underground?
What you Americans call a subway.
Yes, but what has a solution in a subway got to do with a foggy night?
Well, you see, the affair started in weather exactly like this. It was the third week in November, the year 1895, to be exact. On Monday, a dense yellow fog had settled down upon London. On Thursday, it was still there, thicker and murkier than ever. At first, Holmes had turned his nervous energy to cross-indexing his huge reference books. But when, after pushing our breakfast chairs back for the fourth morning, we saw the greasy brown swirl still drifting past the windows, Holmes's patience snapped. Holmes, if you must pace around in circles, I wish you'd change directions now and then. You're making me dizzy.
Bah! It's inexcusable, Watson. Inexcusable. No initiative, no imagination. Nothing ever gets done.
If you're alluding to the inactivity in this last session of Parliament, my dear Holmes...
I'm not speaking of our lawmakers, Watson, but of our lawbreakers. The London criminal is certainly a dull fellow.
What makes you say that?
Well, look out of the window. Ideal weather for committing a crime. The criminal advances on his intended victim practically unseen. He pounces and disappears into thin air.
There have been numerous petty thefts, I believe.
Petty thefts, pickpockets, ragamuffins. What's the country coming to? Now, if I were a criminal, Watson...
Well, I, for one, would move to America.
Hello. Mrs. Hudson's knocking. Excited. What's up, I wonder? Yes, Mrs. Hudson, what is it? Oh, a telegram for me.
Yes, sir.
Very well, thank you.
Oh, well, what's it say?
Oh, wait until I open it, can't you? Ah, dear me, what next? Most unusual, Watson, most unusual.
What's most unusual, Watson? What's it say?
Oh, it's from my brother, Mycroft. You remember him. He helped us solve the case of the Greek interpreter. He's coming here.
Why not? What's so phenomenal about that?
Why not? Why not, indeed? It's as startling as it would be to meet a tram car coming down a country lane. Yes, now I come to think of it. Mycroft is rather like a tram car. His rails lead from his Pall Mall lodgings to the Diogenes Club in Whitehall. That's his circle. I wonder what upheaval could have derailed him.
Doesn't the telegram explain?
It says, must see you about Cadogan West, coming at once.
Cadogan West? Cadogan West? Why, that's the young chap who's found dead in the underground on Tuesday morning. I remember reading about it in the papers.
Oh?
The young man had apparently fallen out of a train and killed himself. He hadn't been robbed, and there was no reason to suspect violence. Quite an uninteresting case, if I remember correctly.
And yet, it's serious enough to cause Mycroft to alter his habits. No, Watson. This must be an extraordinary event. Do you recall any other facts about the affair?
Yes, I come to think of it, there was one unusual bit came out of the inquest. They were unable to ascertain at what point he entered the train, because his ticket was missing.
Strange. What articles were found on the body?
£2.15, I believe it was, a checkbook and... Oh, yes, 2 dress circle tickets for the Woolwich Theatre. Dated for that evening.
Theatre tickets, eh? Then it wasn't suicide. A man doesn't procure theatre tickets for the evening on which he intends to end his life. Anything else?
A small packet of technical papers.
Technical papers? What kind of technical papers?
The newspapers didn't say.
Ah, as serious as that. What did the young man do? Where was he employed?
He was a clerk at Woolwich Arsenal.
Ah, government employee. There we have it, Watson. British government, Woolwich Arsenal, technical papers. That's why Mycroft is involved in this affair.
I don't understand.
No, I suppose not. Watson, have I ever told you what Mycroft is?
Your brother, of course.
Oh, no, Watson. Do you have to be so dense? I mean, do you know what he does?
I seem to have some vague recollection that you once told me that he'd held some small office under the British government.
It would be more accurate to say, in a way, that he is the British government.
What?
His position is unique. He made it for himself. As the tidiest and most orderly brain of any man alive, with a great capacity for storing facts and giving them the proper interpretation. The conclusions of every government department are passed on to him. He's the central exchange, the clearinghouse. Again and again, his word has decided the national policy. He thinks of nothing else. Nothing else can lure him from his contemplations.
And yet he's coming here.
Yes, Jupiter is descending on us today.
What on earth can happen?
Watson, that sounds suspiciously like a bad pun. Ah, here he is, if I'm not mistaken. To speak for himself. Come in. Hello, Mycroft. What's up? You look flustered.
Most annoying business, Sherlock, most annoying. You know how I dislike altering my habits. Extremely awkward for me to come away from the office, particularly with Siam in its present state. Oh, dear me.
Yeah, sit down, Mycroft, sit down. You know Watson, of course.
Yes, of course. I'm trying to find a chair that I can trust to hold me.
I'd better take the sofa. You certainly haven't got any thinner.
I've never seen the Prime Minister so upset. As for the Admiralty, it's buzzing like an upset beehive. You know anything about the case?
Watson's just been telling me what was in the newspapers. Just what were the technical papers found on the body?
Sherlock, for the love of heaven, not so loud. Those papers which the wretched youth had in his pocket were none other than the plans of the Bruce Partington submarine.
Oh?
A submarine which will completely revolutionize naval warfare. The most important papers in our government archives. Under no circumstances could they be removed from the office. Even the chief constructor of the Navy was forced to go to Woolwich if he desired to consult them.
And yet we find them in the pockets of a dead junior clerk in the heart of London. Yeah, from an official point of view, it's deplorable, my dear Mycroft. Simply deplorable.
You may laugh, Sherlock, but this country won't be safe until they're recovered.
But I thought you said that they were found in the pocket of this chap, Cadogan West.
10 papers taken from Woolwich. 7 were found in the pockets of Cadogan West. 3 are still missing, the 3 essential ones. To recover those 3 papers is imperative. The peace of Europe depends on them.
Nice little problem, eh, Watson? Why did Cadogan West take the papers? How did he die? How did his body reach the place where it was found? And where are the missing papers?
Find the answer to those questions, Sherlock, and you'll have done your country an invaluable service.
Oh, why don't you solve it yourself, Mycroft? I believe you could.
Possibly. But it's a question of digging out details. Give me the details, and I can give you the solution from an armchair. No, when it comes to running about and cross-questioning railway guards and lying on one's face with a lens to one's eye, no, that's not my métier.
Besides, your figure prevents your taking such an undignified position, eh? Very well. Leave that part of it to us, eh, Watson?
Right you are.
Good. I've got a cab waiting outside to take the place where the body was found. I can give you the details on the way.
Now, Mycroft, who was the official guardian of these famous papers?
No less a personage than Sir James Walder, a gentleman who's grown grey in the service. His patriotism is beyond suspicion.
A bachelor, if I'm not mistaken, lives with his brother.
Yes. He was at the house of Admiral Sinclair at Berkeley Square during the whole of the evening when this accident occurred. The Admiral vouches for him. He's one of the 2 who have the only keys to the safe.
And his key was with him all evening?
Right. His key, the key to the building, and the key to the room.
Who was the man with the other key?
The senior clerk, Mr. Sidney Johnson. A man of 40, married, silent, morose, with an excellent service record.
Any alibi?
He, too, had his key with him and seems to have spent the evening playing a game of drafts with a green grocer around the corner from his lodgings. Of course, he has only the word of this green grocer to back him up.
Oh, come, my dear Mycroft. No class discriminations, please. The word of a greengrocer is often just as good as that of an admiral. What about Cadogan West?
He had a good reputation. A bit hot-headed, but straight and honest. At least, everyone thought so. He was next to Sidney Johnson at the office. His duties brought him into daily personal contact with the plans. No one else ever had the handling of them.
Oh, it's perfectly clear. He must have taken...
Not so fast, Watson, not so fast. Who locked them up that night?
Mr. Sidney Johnson.
They were of value, commercially, I mean.
Oh, yes. There's no doubt that West could have got several thousands for them very easily.
And yet, only a small amount of money was found on the body.
Perhaps the buyer took it back after he'd murdered West.
What puzzles me is, how did West obtain possession of those papers? To do so, he must have had a false key.
Several false keys, Sherlock. He had to open the building and the room as well.
Oh, well. Several false keys, then. Let me see. Suppose West did take the papers and went into town. And on the way back to Woolwich, where he is hoping to replace the papers, he's killed and thrown from the train.
But the spot where the body was found is considerably past the station for London Bridge, which is the route to Woolwich.
It's interesting. Also, if young West did make an appointment with some foreign agent to sell the papers that night, why didn't he keep the evening clear? Why buy 2 theater tickets?
Exactly. Furthermore, he actually escorted his fiancée halfway there before he disappeared.
Blind. That's what it looks like to me.
Why did he take the papers at all? Why not copy them out in the office and sell the copies? He certainly had plenty of opportunity to do so. And why the absence of his underground ticket?
Perhaps the ticket would have shown us which station was near the agent's house. So the murderer destroyed it.
Good, Watson. Very good. And yet, I wonder.
Well, here's the underground station. The railway authorities have sent a man round to show the exact place where the body was found.
You won't change your mind and come with us?
Well, crawling round that black hole on my hands and knees, not very likely. Well, I shall expect a report on your efforts this evening.
Never expect too much, Mycroft. Never expect too much.
Before we follow Holmes and Watson into the mazes of the London subway system, I have a word of advice. Every year, colds cause a lot of sickness. Every year, they cause a lot of expense and time lost from work. Always regard a cold seriously. Always treat it earnestly. At the first sign of a cold, take Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Bromoquinine tablets are famous relief for the distress of a cold. Their efficacy has been fully established. Bromoquinine tablets go right to work on a cold symptom. They don't waste any time. They don't pull any punches. They quickly relieve the misery of a cold. They help reduce the fever of a cold. Thousands of people keep bromoquinine tablets handy all winter. Thousands of people depend on them as their relief for colds. No other preparation enjoys greater confidence than bromoquinine tablets. Follow the example of millions, and at the first sign of a cold, take Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Get them at any drugstore, a few cents a box. Ask specifically for Grove's, Groves. Bromo, Bromo. Quinine, Quinine. Grove's bromoquinine tablets.
This way, sir. Step right along the tracks.
But it isn't safe. Supposing a train should come shooting round that curve.
Oh, that's all right, sir. There won't be another for 5 minutes anyway. Here we are, sir. This is where they found the body. Right here alongside the rails. Lying on its face it was.
Spooky old place, eh, Holmes? Like the catacombs, only without the skeletons.
Yeah. Anything in his hands when they found him?
No, sir.
Were they clenched or spread out as if he were protecting himself?
No, sir. They was what you might call relaxed.
Ah. What time did all this happen?
Well, sir, the train he was hoisted out of, as near as we can figure, passed along here about midnight on Monday.
All the carriages have been examined for signs of violence, I suppose.
They didn't find nothing, not even the missing ticket. There was a passenger to Aldgate on the ordinary train. About 11:40 it was. He said he'd heard a heavy thud, like something striking the line, just before the train reached this station. But it was so foggy, he said he was blessed if he could see what it was.
Holmes, what's the matter? What are you staring at?
The curve, Watson.
What
curve
of it?
of the rails.
What of it? What do you mean?
I suppose there aren't many curves as abrupt as this.
No, sir, I can't say as there is.
What have curves got to do with it?
Oh, an indication, Watson. Merely an indication. Unique. Perfectly unique. And yet, why not? I don't see any indications of bleeding on the line.
No, sir, there wasn't any to speak of.
But I understand there was a considerable wound.
The bone was crushed right enough.
Holmes, do you hear that? It's a train. It's coming this way.
Run, sir. Run for your life.
Yes, but where?
Up ahead. There's a place where the train switches off.
Run, Watson, run. It's just around the curve.
We'll never make it.
Yes, we will. Faster, faster.
There's the switch up ahead. Come on.
Here comes the train now.
We'll make it. Justin. Watson, for the love of heaven. You're on the wrong track.
Well, that was a narrow escape, Holmes. I must say my knees are still shaking. Look at the shoulder of my coat where you pulled at me.
Lucky thing for you that I did.
Where are we off to now in this fog?
Yes, it's a nice afternoon. Suppose we pay a few calls. I think Sir James Walter claims our first attention. After that, we might drop in on Miss Westbury.
Miss Westbury? Who's she?
She is Cadogan West's fiancée and the last person to see him alive.
Holmes, we seem to be going around in circles. We've accomplished absolutely nothing so far except to get ourselves nearly annihilated in the underground. After all, it's perfectly obvious that the young man had a quarrel with someone, in all probability the agent, to whom he sold the papers, and got himself thrown out of the railway carriage for his pains.
I disagree with you, my dear Watson. His body fell from the roof of the carriage where it had been placed. Cadogan West met his death elsewhere.
The roof of the train?
Consider the facts, Watson. A, the curve in the tracks. The body is found at a spot where the train pitches and sways as it comes around the points. B, there was no ticket. C, there were no signs of bleeding on the line because the body had bled elsewhere.
Of course. Everything fits together, but where was the body placed on the train?
I think I can make a fair guess at that, my dear Watson. Here we are. This is the famous official villa of Sir James Walter. And that, if I'm not mistaken, is his brother, Colonel Valentine, just coming out of the house.
What's the matter with the man? He looks positively haunted.
Oh, pardon me, Colonel Valentine, but can you tell me if Sir James is at home?
Sir James, sir? Sir James is dead.
Good heavens, dead?
He died this morning. It's terrible. Terrible.
How did he die?
Oh, it's this horrible scandal. My brother, sir, was very sensitive of his honor. He couldn't survive the disgrace to his department. It broke his heart. Pardon me, gentlemen, I must go. It broke his heart.
Most appalling development. Eh, Holmes?
I wonder if his death was natural, or if the poor fellow killed himself.
Yes?
Will you tell Miss Westbury that Mr. Sherlock Holmes would like to see her?
Oh, please come in, gentlemen. I'm Violet Westbury, Mr. Holmes. I've been expecting you ever since I heard you had taken the case. Please be seated.
Well, thank you.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, we must save his good name. He couldn't have done it. Cadogan was the most chivalrous, patriotic gentleman on earth. He couldn't have done it. He would have cut his right hand off rather than sell a state secret.
But the facts, my dear Miss Westbury.
I admit I can't explain them.
Was he in need of money?
No, Mr. Holmes. His needs were simple and his salary very good. He'd saved several £100s. We were to be married at the new year.
I see. Had you noticed any signs of mental excitement?
Why, well, that is...
Come, Miss Westbury, be frank with us.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. That night, I had a feeling that there was something on his mind.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about it, will you?
We were on the way to the theater. It was a foggy night, you remember? We were walking slowly. Our way took us close to his office. Cadogan seemed thoughtful and worried. Darling, what's the matter? You haven't said a word for the last 5 minutes. Have I said or done something?
Of course not, silly. It's just that I've got something on my mind.
Oh, why not tell me about it? Perhaps I can help.
It's no use, Vi. It's too serious for me to talk about, even to you.
You know, sometimes, Caddy, I feel just the least little bit jealous of that old job of yours when you're cooped up in that building all day.
Oh, now you're not going to be jealous of a building.
Well, not really. But it is funny to think of a husband having secrets he can't tell his wife.
Mighty important secrets, I can promise you. There's one in particular that any foreign spy would pay good money to get hold of.
How thrilling.
Well, I don't know. They're awfully slack about some things over there in that building, Violet. What's too slack? It would be too confounded easy for a traitor to get his hands on those plans.
What plans?
Never mind, darling. I guess I'm getting a bit melodramatic. But there's something been worrying me. Hello, what's that?
What's what?
Over there, that shadow moving along the side of the building. It's a man. So that's it. I always suspected...
Oh, what's the matter? You're so excited. What's wrong?
Stay here, Violet. There's something I have to find out. Stay here.
I waited and waited, but he never returned. Oh, Mr. Holmes, if you could only save his honor, it meant so much to him.
We shall do our best, Miss Westbury. This shadow, this man moving along the building. Did you see it, too?
I think I did, Mr. Holmes. But the night was so foggy, I can't be sure. But there must have been a man. Another man. It couldn't have been Cadogan. Surely character goes for something.
Let us hope so. Come along, Watson. We must return home. I'm expecting an answer to some telegrams I sent Mycroft earlier this afternoon. We've done enough for one day.
Holmes, where have you been all day? You left this morning before I was up. Now you've come home with your towel awry, your suit torn, and as ravenous as a wolf.
Yes, I've had a bit of exercise, my dear Watson. Pass me the tongue, will you? It would have done you good to go along.
Yes, what were you doing?
Investigating the premises inhabited by foreign spies known to have been in London on last Monday. Mycroft sent me a list of them. Took a bit of doing, too. Climbing walls, breaking into cellars, prowling around rooftops.
Well?
I discovered there was only one residence which had the proper facilities for disposing of West's body after the murder.
Well, whose residence was that?
It belongs to a Hugo Oberstein. The address is 13 Corfield Gardens, Kensington. The gentleman himself has departed for Europe.
Gone, has he? And he took the plans with him. It's too late.
Not necessarily, Watson.
What can we do now?
We're going to keep a rendezvous with the gentleman who stole and sold those plans. The assignation will take place at Mr. Oberstein's house this evening at 9.
What the deuce are you talking about?
These newspaper clippings. I found them in the drawer of Hugo Oberstein's desk. Read them.
The Daily Telegraph agony column. The first one says, too complex for description, must have full report, terms agreed to, payable when goods delivered. Signed, Piero. Piero, indeed. Sounds like a Mardi Gras.
Now, read on, Watson, read on.
Second goes, matter presses must withdraw offer unless contract completed. Pierrot again.
And the last, dated Monday, the day the crime was committed.
Monday night after 9, 2 taps, payment in hard cash. I say, do you think it was a submarine that the plans that he was buying?
I'm almost positive. And Pierrot was Oberstein himself. But we'll find out for certain this evening. I've invited the gentleman who sold the papers to meet us.
How? I don't understand.
Instead of this advertisement in today's Daily Telegraph. Tonight, same hour, same place, 2 taps, vitally important. Your own safety at stake. Signed, Pierrot, as usual.
By George, if he answers that, we've got him.
Unless we're too late. Come along, Watson. There's no time to lose. You can take this package for a change. I've been carrying it around all day.
What's in it?
Oh, just a jemmy, a dark lantern, a chisel, and a revolver.
Nice equipment for a respectable citizen to be carrying about the streets of London, I must say.
Yeah, you know, Watson, there are times when I suspect we aren't quite respectable. Here we are. This is Caulfield Gardens.
Thank heavens, it's still foggy. I shouldn't like to be caught in the act of housebreaking.
Yeah. Over this wall, Watson. There's a window we can easily pry open in the back.
Scale that wall?
Come on, hurry up. There's no time to lose. Here. I'll give you a boost. Come on, up you. That's it. Look out, here I come.
I must say, Holmes, you're as agile as a cat. It's uncanny.
This is the window. Light the lantern and give me the jemmy. 1, 2...
Holmes, the underground runs right past here, almost on the level of these windows. I could have reached out and touched it.
Yes, quite convenient, wasn't it? It was here the body was placed on the roof of the train. Look out of this, look on this windowsill. You can see the soot is blurred where they rested the body. And here, look here, look. This brown stain is blood.
Nasty, eh, Holmes? Let's get on to the house.
Very well, then. Come along. The window's open. Easy, don't break the glass.
Supposing Oberstein should happen to return home.
Well, we must take our chances in this business. Come along, Watson, come along. Our visitor will expect to be let in by the front door.
I wish these stairs didn't squeak so.
9 o'clock. We can expect him at any moment now. You take your position on one side of the door. I'll be on the other. We can pounce on him when he enters. I'll throw my greatcoat over his head.
Oh, well, I wish he'd hurry.
Shh, Watson.
What if he doesn't come?
There he is. Ready now. I'll open the door.
You wanted me?
No, you don't. Take that.
What the... Easy, Watson, easy.
All right, Holmes, I've got him.
Well, let's take a look at our catch. Take the overcoat away, Watson.
Right. Hi, it's Colonel Valentine Walter, Sir James's brother.
Quite. Well, sir, what have you to say for yourself? Why did you steal the Bruce Partington plans?
Who are you? What do you know about this?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and I know everything.
Oh, this is terrible. I'm lost. I didn't realize their importance until my brother killed himself. But I needed the money. I had to have it. Oberstein offered to give it to me if I'd let him see the plans.
So you took an impression of your brother's key, opened the safe, and procured the papers. Cadogan West saw you leaving the building, followed you here, and you killed him.
No, I didn't do that. I swear I didn't do it.
No? Then perhaps you'd better tell us who did murder Cadogan West and placed him on the roof of the railway carriage.
I'll tell you. I promise you I will. I did the rest. I confess it, but not that.
Very well, then. How did it happen?
I got the papers, as you've discovered. Made my way through the fog until I reached the door. Once or twice, I fancied I was being followed. I could hear footsteps on the pavement behind me.
Colonel Walter?
Yes?
You have the papers?
Yes. Let me in, quick. I think someone's been following me.
Yes, it's me. You can't do this, Valentine. It's treason.
Corey, do you hear?
No, you can't sell the papers, Valentine. I won't let you.
They should see.
Look out, West.
Take that. Oh. How do you like that, my impetuous young friend? Papa Oberstein, he knows how to use a blackjack, eh?
You've killed him.
So?
It's murder. I'm going to get out of this.
Oh, no. I think different. You will come in here if you do not wish to taste the blackjack, too.
But
That is better.
Oh, what can we do? They'll find the body.
I have an idea. First, I look at those papers. I take the ones I want, and the rest we put in the pocket of this foolish young man. And then we give him a nice ride on top of the underground train, no? He will be the guilty one. Who will ever know?
What a thoroughly unpleasant gentleman. What a pity that he got away with the papers, Dr. Watson.
Oh, but he didn't. Augustine had left a Paris forwarding address with Colonel Walters. That gentleman sent him a letter dictated by Holmes, saying that he had discovered that one essential detail in the plans was missing, and that he had procured a tracing which would make it complete for a price.
And did Augustine swallow the bait?
Did he swallow it? He was arrested as he got off the boat at Folkestone. Some weeks later, I learned, incidentally, that Holmes had spent a day at Windsor Castle and returned with a remarkably fine emerald tie-pin. When I asked him where he got it, he answered it was just a small present from a certain gracious little old lady for whom he'd been able to do a small favor.
Yes, and I think I can guess the lady's august name.
Elementary, my dear Mr. Manning, elementary.
I see. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment, Dr. Watson will be back to tell us about next week's story. In the meantime, let us repeat. Watch out for colds. At the first sign of a cold, take Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Bromoquinine tablets are made especially for the relief of colds. In other words, they're specialized medication, and that's what you want. Yes, at the very first sneeze or sniffle, go right to your druggist and get a package of Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Now, Dr. Watson, next week?
Next week, I think I'll tell you the story of the lion's mane.
The lion's mane. What was that, Dr. Watson?
Well, the answer to that question, Mr. Manning, almost stumped Sherlock Holmes himself. Suffice it to say that they were the last words gasped out by a dying man as he lay writhing in agony on the sands of the Sussex coast.
You have been listening to a Sherlock Holmes adventure, adapted from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's story, The Bruce Partington Plans, with Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson. The dramatization was by Edith Miser. This program is presented from Hollywood every week at this same time by the makers of Grove's bromoquinine tablets. Quick relief for colds. This is Knox Manning speaking.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
If you enjoy this podcast and are an iTunes user, please do the show a favor and head on over to the official iTunes page for Damn Good Movie Memories. Be sure to leave a rating and a review. This will allow the show to appear higher in the algorithm and spread the joy of this podcast to the masses. If you are not an iTunes user, you can still listen and subscribe on Podbean at damngoodmoviememories.podbean.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook under our Damn Good Movie Memories page. You can also listen to a limited number of episodes on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and be sure to tune in next week for an all-new episode of Damn Good Movie Memories.